And welcome back, guys, to the show off of the most beautiful thing ever, ECP Redux for Operation Flashpoint. Again, it's a mod that adds huge amount of stuff. This is part 2, so watch part 1 if you want to find out a little bit more. Nonetheless, as per usual, link in the description, the sexuality of it all, it's there. So let's begin. I want to show off immediately the campaign of this game, which is awesome and sexy like a beast. Okay, the point is just the campaign of the original game. So we're gonna go immediately onto the, let's see, just to find the project 8, that is the Cold War Crisis. So we shall immediately start, for instance, on Flashpoint, or maybe even go from the start in the training and just show you a little bit of these missions, just for you to see the detail added onto the characters, the models and shit like that. So let's do it like that. Of course I'm gonna be not talking during cutscenes, but I'm bullshitting you here. So ECP, again, amazing thing, and I would love you to see exactly what it adds, what it changes, as you can see here. Now again, the sound might be low. Sadly, again, I'm yet to find the perfect combination for each of these things for the OBS. Mind you, OBS much different than Camtasia. Camtasia is easier to use, OBS is not. And you can see here Berghoff.
Hey, Kozlowski, you meathead! I was listening to that.
Hey, you guys, enough already. It's bad enough being cooped up on this miserable lump of rock without having to share it with the two of you.
And again, the voice acting is all the same,
You might learn something.
but the heads are different. Again, all the models are high res. As you can see, also the weapons, the M16 rifle. Sure, the buildings are still the same, mind you, but again, you can't expect them to have all high-res texturing. After all, that would be overly too demanding for an engine that should not handle all this, first and foremost. So, yeah. Again, this is one of the best Arma games in the series. Beautiful storyline. If you have not ever played Operation Flashpoint, beautiful storyline, excellent voice acting. I love the voice acting, excellent graphics for its time. And that's David Armstrong.
You stink, Howie. I don't know, Armstrong. If our tour wasn't up next week, I'd seriously consider swimming home. What is this?
And of course, Berghoff. And of course, the classic Operation Flashpoint in HD. An amazing game. The game that stole my heart. And you know that this is my first gaming love. I mean, played so many games before that, of course, but this is the game, the most unique game for its time. So you know, back in a day when this got released, I was like, oh my god, this game looks so gorgeous. You know, the press is like giving it all the best in my country, at least. Like, oh my god, military simulator. But I didn't really get into much to the preview of it. I just got like a demo mission. I was like, okay, it's laggy like a bitch, but it's okay. And of course, when you enter the game and you get the better computer, it was awesome. And for its time, of course, still is, mind you, again, the best game in the Arma series. And of course, you can see here, I think the different animations compared to the original, mind you. Again, we press F, You will hold your rifle up front, be evil. As you can see, the trucks, everything again is HD, totally different, more polygons, more detail, and of course the infantry models that you usually would see in the Operation Flashpoint. Again, buildings all open, pure sex. And again, I do love the amount of detail on soldiers' uniforms. As you can see here, the US is clearly visible. You can see every single thing. It's unbelievable amount of detail put into these models. Again, new heads compared to the old heads. As you can see, the pouches, everything is unbelievably detailed. Again, the weapons themselves, the good stuff, the bad stuff, it's all there. So we have to put our weapon M16 on the back and be like a boss. Did we fail? No, yes, yes, no, come on. Okay. So yeah, again, definitely new animations. With the amount of polygons the units have alone, that just gives them a little bit of like roughness. Again, I do love the original graphics. I love them still. I love those sound effects, even of course being a little bit not that much stronger compared to the new ones, of course, to the mod, that is, to the ECP. But it's amazing just to see the difference in this game. Of course, the skyboxes are high res. If you see the moon during the night, you will see a huge amount of detail on the moon itself. So it's an amazing thing. And the funny thing, this is the first time I ever noticed during the this year, actually, when I actually tried to play Operation Flashpoint. And of course, Armstrong being a dick, not following orders. Now, some of you might not like trees. I, for instance, do not like these very, very colorful trees. But you know, it's okay. I don't mind them compared to the original trees. But still, huge amount of detail compared to the original, and all those that actually play the original again will notice a huge amount of difference compared to the original again. And that's the beauty of these mods, the beauty that the modding community can give you. And thankfully all of the Arma series, well, all the Arma games in the series are moddable, and you have huge amount of mods, huge amount of missions, huge amount of campaigns, costume stuff, everything, sound effects, whatever you want, you have it, replacement packs. And that's I think the biggest point, the biggest selling point for the Arma series as a whole is the modding community that is actually always thriving. That's why I would say, if possible, again, do excuse for the maybe stronger sound effects compared to the voices and all that, but the game has that kind of an issue. As I said, I think I said before, you can choose effects as you see in a lower, but they're because of the mod you can hear them much stronger than the radio or the music itself. Though the music is a little in the same, so yeah. Yeah, we're gonna leave them as it is. We can't do anything about that. As long as we're not in the vehicle, I can talk normally without actually yelling like a little whore. So again, all the good stuff is there. You would usually get with the mod a DLL file that would actually DirectX DLL some file that will actually change. You would add HDR and stuff like that, bloom and crap like that you would get into the game. But that again alone also can give you a little bit of performance issues. I do remember first time doing this course, Go for it, Dave. I mean, just amazing. I love it. I love it. And of course, you can't see the course because of the damnable tree in front of you. But and we have another tree, or two trees. Come on, move it, move it, move it. Shift, shift. Oh my God! I just jumped over the freaking tree. So yeah, I mean, hold the shift, move faster compared to the Arma 2. For instance, Arma 3, even if you hold shift, you go slower. I'm not sure though, to be honest, about Arma 3. So yeah, I mean, the entire thing has been changed, and again, it's useless to me to say something that is so obvious by now that the ECP changed overly too many things. But of course, not the bad stuff. You can choose. It's modular. You can choose what you want to have. Do you want to have blood spurts? Do you want to have smoke? Do you want to have the better AI or not? You have a choice. And that is the important thing. Again, you have choices in this mod to how you're gonna have. Of course, there's a huge amount of mods. You have the SLX 2008, 2007. Beautiful mod, mind you, but 2008 is overly demanding. It kills your computer, and it breaks certain missions. I don't know about this one. I played only a few missions, but again, I'm guessing it's much more into the framework of the mission, so it shouldn't break stuff, waypoints and stuff like that, because of the AI. SLX gives a huge amount of AI options like dragging dead bodies or wounded men or stuff like that, and you can see the AI doing that, you know, and stuff can break like that. You know, some of them are wounded, they yell, and in the mission where they're supposed to all be dead, you know, you have to find all those that are yelling for help to kill them for you to continue the missions. So, you know, problems arise. Again, beautiful models. Then yes, we're finally at the last part of our training, thankfully, because again, the training mission, this is again the classic thing when you again the first time play the game. This is all you have to ever see, but the moments, the music alone, this main theme that is in the background, that maybe you can hear, is just mind-blowing. And again, the best game in the series, and thankfully ECP gives you refreshing look. Of course, there is a Operation Flashpoint Elite on Xbox One, the original Xbox, and it looks amazing, to be honest. They really upped the graphics, the models and all that, but again, it was only for Xbox One, and they changed the voice acting and stuff like that, which of course is always a bad thing, but they added the newer sound effects and stuff like that. So Armstrong and Pearson are supposed to get some ammo from these crates, so we're gonna take some M16 mags. We only need like 15 of these, but we don't have, like, not really. So we're gonna just use these 30 bullets in this one M16. And of course, this tells you the controls and the sexiness of them, and then just fire. And of course, the sound effects are there. So this is just a semi-fire thingy. And if you, as you can see, press space, you will change to the burst mode and just kill stuff. Now comes the cinematic, huge amount of cinematic, I think. So you will see a little bit more detail on the different models, like here James Gostowski, the main spec op guy through the entire game. Love it. So enjoy that. I mean, it is a reality of how much the ECP changed, and it looks better. As you can see, James Gostowski looks 100 times better, and the face alone is amazing. And of course, hands. They look awesome. The funny thing about me is that I always loved, you know, always having fingers on in the games, not just having like a freaking block instead of fingers. So yeah.
You're kidding me. No, ain't heard nothing. Well, Jesus, George. There's 10,000 people in that town.
Again, you can see the total difference in the... again, it's all because if you have played Operation Flashpoint in its normal default state, you will notice the differences, mind ya. But again, to people that actually would love to try Operation Flashpoint and it's, you know, like the first Arma that is, this is a perfect opportunity. If they don't like the graphics that much, they can stand that. Again, quite understandable. It's a different, you know, period for people. Today we have fancy graphics that are ultra realistic almost, so you know, you have the unbelievable stuff there. But you know, for the older games, you know, thankfully again you also have, if you don't want this, you have the Arma 2 mod, Arma 2 Rearm 2, which has all the campaigns and crap like that in Arma 2 engine. So you can enjoy the entire game, all the campaigns in those graphics, if you're that willing for the graphics alone. But for us who begin with the Operation Flashpoint, this is perfection.
Rub the sleep out of those eyes, gentlemen. Colonel Blake will brief you. Attend hut.
About Colonel Blake, he's a dick. He always court-martials me for some unknown reason. So there you go. He's a dick. And this time around he doesn't have glasses, which is kind of weird. He always wears glasses. But oh well.
At 0700 hours yesterday morning, contact was lost with Eberron, the easternmost island in this group. The last communications that came from the island reported heavy military activity in and over the streets. From what we can ascertain, Eberron has been occupied by a hostile force, origin unknown. As the only NATO presence in the area, it is our job to respond. Choppers are waiting to ferry you to Eberron. Any questions?
Sir, you say the origin of the occupying force is unknown. How can that be, sir? Hasn't anyone, spoken to them?
Believe me, we've tried, soldier. Our intelligence assets in this area are limited. I'm sure Washington is diverting satellites to the area like crazy. But this has caught them by surprise, and it's going to be a while before the first bird passes over. For our part, we sent a couple of helicopters to take a look yesterday. Neither returned.
Sir, there's not many of us, and it sounds like there's a heck of a lot of them. Should we get some more of our guys over here before we try anything?
The carrier battle group is heading for the area at flank speed, but it's still a few days away. And the longer we wait, the longer those guys, whoever they are, have to dig in and reinforce. Washington wants to move fast, before Moscow gets involved if they aren't already. We're going to have to do the best we can with what we've got. Those choppers are waiting, soldiers. You'll be briefed further en route. Good luck. Dismissed.
Okay, soldiers, you heard the colonel. Sounds like your holiday is not over just yet. Now gather up those kit bags and let's move.
So yeah, I mean, the first time I actually played again this is it was so different compared to any shooter out there, because again, this isn't just a shooter, this is a simulation. You get one bullet, you're fucking dead. And again, there was nothing like it out there. Of course you had Rainbow Six, you had Ghost Recon later on and all that crap, but the thing is, none of these games were like huge world simulation. You can drive tanks at any time, helicopters, be an infantryman, rape, pillage, and burn children. That's all good stuff. So you never had all these options in one game. So the uniqueness of the Operation Flashpoint at the beginning was that it became something like a classic just in that one moment. Because again, nothing like that before it. Nothing. You know, of course you had Delta Force, a little bit open terrain and all like that, but again, nothing like this. So amazing, just amazing. So I'm gonna stop talking here. There's a strong inside talking, and of course the freaking sound effect. Oh, great. We lost most of our guys because the chopper moved. And of course, this is a thing that tends to happen inside the game. Though never before, mind you, this never actually happened before. But because of the mods, they changed, they noticed the enemy far, far away. So it scares the living shit out of the helicopters or whatever, and they move immediately out of the area. So we lost most of our guys, which is again not the problem. We're gonna defeat these enemies anyway, but we lost the medic. Again, the medic is one of the most important aspects of the Operation Flashpoint. He is the only one that can heal other people, unless the mission itself or the mod allows. Though I think, again, the mod does allow healing in this. You can have bleeding effect and stuff like that. So we got the M60 again. M60, my favorite, again, weapon of choice, or the sniper rifle, which actually did not look. I'm gonna look for the sniper rifle if possible. So usually we just only have the M16. Most of these guys just have M16, and that's about it. Though we have the of course, the law launcher, which is actually the AT launcher. It kills most of the evil people. Is the most effective weapon, of course, that I always usually go with. But again, you can't have M60 and the law. You have to drop one of these bastards, I think. So again, you can see the new animation. You can hear explosion somewhere. Again, if you want to reduce the lag, invisibility is your key ingredient. But again, it doesn't look that good in far away. You can't see most of the stuff. But I think for infantry kind of combat, you don't really need to see over the oceans and shit like that. And of course you have some grass here. Again, it's a totally different experience, I would say, refreshing experience. Again, as I was saying, even in the beginning, in the truck area, is that if the game allows mods, there should always be mods. I mean, the mods alone just prolong the life of the game, and that's the most important aspect of any game, and it always should be for any developer to allow the easy modding for their games. Now, of course, some games are not as popular, even if they have mod tools, and some are, and some aren't, whatever. But still, it's always preferable to have modding tools.
We'll move into Morton from the left. We're Squad Alpha. Squad Bravo will support us from the right by the forest. When we reach the village, we'll wait for the air support. Once the enemy's armored units have been destroyed, we'll move in and seize the village. Now, no heroics, okay? This is not an exercise. We're facing a real enemy this time.
And I'm truly hoping this is actually all recording, because it's gonna be really scary. So as you can see, most of our guys spawned with us here, the dead ones. They did not know how to fly. So now we have to take the most important village inside of the game that is like imbued in my mind, like the most epic beginning. I know I died so many times when first time I played this game on this area alone, and that is the village of Morton, which is to me like such an epic village, small town. It just looks, well, it's not about looks, it just, it gives you, maybe more a nostalgic feel for me who played this. But again, like, it is an iconic part of Operation Flashpoint. And whenever I think about it, I always think, of course, of the Everon Island. And, of course, Morton. Now, of course, we're not gonna try to get overly too close. We're not gonna get overly too close towards the village, but I'm getting closer, so let's get down.
1 o'clock, soldier 200. 1 o'clock, soldier 200. All move to tree. 1 o'clock.
Now all this radio chatter is like, oh my god, epic. It is all the same as always. Nothing changed in that term. The mod did not change.
This is Papa Bear. We're done here. Proceed to village. Out.
But you will definitely notice differences in terms of graphics, sound effects, explosion. You will see some different things. Maybe not in this again video, but if you try and play it, you will see differences. For instance, the craters might happen when explosions of certain things come out, like again burning people.
Enemy T-72, 1000.
It's all awesome, and of course always try to go like this if you're playing Operation Flashpoint, especially because, you know, even in Arma 2 I noticed I get killed often even in this position. But in Operation Flashpoint it helps. So we have a soldier far over there. I can't see him, so he's telling me something I can't really do. So I'm just gonna try and be a bitch about this and find the nearest bush and just like hide there. And believe me, you won't be able to shoot anything like this with crosshair, to be honest. I mean, it's hard as hell, so you always use your classical iron sight thingy. I can't see anyone, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see any Germans, so I'm not gonna waste my ammo. Again, if you fire, you would usually get shot. So don't waste bullets. Oh, I can see him. I see. Did I kill him? Maybe. I think I'm shooting at the tree. I'm not so certain. Yeah, we lost definitely a huge amount of people, like 3 of them. But that's okay. Again, it's not a hard mission, and in reality-wise, you can manage. It's just the first mission. But again, even the first mission in Operation Flashpoint can be difficult. Again, when I first time played it, I died so many times. It was so enjoyable. It's not about the patience, I would say. Like people would say, you know, Dark Souls kind of patience, where you die constantly like a little bitch, and that's the point. I would say it's mostly like just take it slow, because again, one bullet is death in this game, and you can easily break your legs and do evil stuff. And yeah, all in all, it's a difficult game. Maybe not difficult when you play at an easiest difficulty again, but you have a choice. So if you want to play from the easy, normal, very hard, ultra hard, something like that, you know, like you can add super AI, which I never actually tried, but I'm guessing they're cheaters, like nobody's bitch. So I'm not noticing anyone, and maybe I'm noticing someone over there, but I'm not gonna shoot again because they will notice me and shoot me probably and kill me. So I'm just gonna get a little bit up. Do I see any friendly soldiers around me? We did see them moving to the left side. There's a little valley here.
12 o'clock, enemy, officer, 100.
12 o'clock, okay, that's over there. Okay, we can see bombs dropping. That is the grenades. No enemies onto the left side, but I'm hearing some kind of, maybe that's our tank, the M1A1A1. So maybe that's the thing that's moving. Maybe soldiers. Okay, up close. That's not far away. 200 meters is not far away. The worst thing is when they're 50 meters close to you, then you're dead like a little whore. But no, that's not that bad. Maybe we're not. Well, maybe today we're not gonna actually shoot anyone.
1 o'clock.
So there goes the video. But it's okay. I do remember again that when I played this the first time, I always hoped that my allies would survive long enough to shoot everything and that I can finish the mission. That was the best part. Again, the AI is always so unpredictable in this series of games that it's just like unbelievable. The things can change. Like that helicopter, for instance, crap like that happens. As I said, that's the first time that happened, when they fucked up the waypoint and moved immediately without waiting for everyone to get out, which was fucking phenomenal. Losing so many man, it changes the gameplay, it changes the mission, it changes how you're gonna perceive the enemy and how they will perceive you, because now you're maybe 5-man team instead of 10-man team, you know, like it's totally different. It's a beauty of the Operation Flashpoint Arma series as in a whole. Okay, I think maybe the U-10s usually be one evil Russian, but again, they move, so again, it's not always, you will never see them in one same place. so they move. Again, it's the AI. You don't have to tell them. You don't even have to give them waypoints or nothing. You just put them on a place. They will try and do something, move around like little horse, and be awesome and try to survive if possible. But again, you as a human player will always have an advantage. So yeah. Okay, I can see Berga moving there. Maybe I can support him like this, but I definitely don't see any enemies. They tend to usually be around that fountain. To the left side we see the BMP. We see some dead bodies. I think those are dead bodies of the crewmen. I'm gonna fire 4 in case they actually move. There is one more here. Yeah. 1 o'clock, okay. I know where 1 o'clock is, but the thing is, I tend to look over to the fountain a lot. Oh, he's on. Oh my god, well that 300 and something meters is far away for me using the M60. But you can definitely see a huge amount of dead people here. Mostly the US guys are dead, so Russians are gaining the upper hand. But again, mission ain't hard. You will usually have few men still alive to do something about it. So let's see. Again, yeah, the difference again between the blind LPs and like, or show-offs or something. I mean, I know this game. I know it. I played it so many times. It's in my blood. Again, in my first gaming love, my first true gaming love. It just, there is nothing like it. And I think I see him. Yeah, I think I just killed someone. The easiest way to see the enemy is to notice the orange color of their faces, because you will notice them much more, because they always go head down. There you go. Okay, I'm missing. You're dead. Okay, I think I killed like 15 of them now. I'm awesome, and I'm a Rambo-like style. Now the thing is, people say like you can do it Rambo-like style, but you can't really, unless you hide in a bush. Then you can kill probably every single enemy inside the game, which is freaking phenomenal. Unless you fire a rocket, then they will know where you are. They will see the freaking trail of evil rocket. We did notice one of the crewmen onto the left moving to the right here. Oh, he could be doing some evil things, hiding where I can't actually see him at all. But at least we noticed there were a few people at the fountain, killed a few of the infantrymen with their evil AKs. Maybe some of them had a PKM or something like that. Okay, 100 behind the building, man. How the hell do you see him? Oh man, and no way I can do anything. I mean, I'm a support at this point. I only have the M60. I shouldn't really move that much, and I think I see him. I think that's one of the... Yes, I think that's the enemy. Far, yep. And I'm missing him like a little bitch. No, he's dead. Okay, so we at least killed someone near that white building. And sometimes the enemy can be so close to you, you do not notice the damnable thing. But this time around you have the voice acting that is turned on, so they will yell, so you might notice them close to you because of them yelling like little bitches. Again, that's a nice cue, but also gives away your positions. You can see also you have the freaking thing shells. As someone dropped the smoke to the right, I'm afraid it might be the enemy, because we lost huge amount of soldiers onto the right side. I think we had like 3 huge teams of soldiers for this one operation, alongside with one tank. So of course we had a few of the helicopters. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here and just guard this area and hope the enemy comes again up close to me, so I can shoot him in the face. Or we move a little bit closer to them and see a little bit better alongside this little uphill terrain, so I can just rape, pillage, and burn. Okay, excellent. So let's see, right side, I'm noticing maybe something over there. Just for in case, I'll shoot at that white thing. Left side, nothing. Yes, I can hear him. I can hear one of the evil Germans. Yes, you can definitely hear them. So they're definitely still alive. They know we're here somewhere probably, so they will try to do some maneuvers. And when they do try that, I will shoot them in the face. Maybe. Too bad we lost huge amount of soldiers. With our friendlier squads, not our own squad, which again, as you can see, Bergov alone is trying to do some maneuvers there. So wherever he is now, I lost the sight towards him. So he's probably somewhere there trying to do some maneuvers and hit them from the left, while I'm trying just to suppress some of them and maybe kill a few. Thankfully we did kill a few, so that alone gives me like, okay, I'm doing great. Again, you can save on hardest difficulty, you can save only once, so you can be a little bitch like that, which is totally okay. I think on the easiest difficulty you can save whenever you want, how many times you want, but that's only on the easiest difficulty. Mind you, when I first time played, I played it on the easiest. That's how I play the games when I start playing games. First and foremost, for many years I played on easy, then I play on normal, then I play on hard, and that's how you replay the game. You didn't have achievements to like give you so-called some fake incentive to actually play the game again. And game was just that awesome. So you replay it on easy and normal and see the differences in the missions, and then you see how different the game is. Now I just play on the hardest difficulty because again, no games can actually challenge you anymore. There are definitely more Russians, so Bergov might die at this point. But again, if he dies, he goes still in the next mission. Oh. Excellent. Our first mission done. And I didn't even have to go into the village. Excellent. So this is it for the second part, and that's about it, I would say, because again I showed you a lot of stuff, and that's the sound of AK, so they were still there. Thank you for telling me now that we're dead. So yeah, so this is the second mission, and this is it. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, I showed you a little bit. I know that's not a huge amount. I was hoping to see more explosions and stuff, but we saw what the game actually is, how much different there is, and I mean, again, this is not supposed to be that huge amount of in-depth, to be honest. I'm gonna just show off as much as I can, as much as I want above all, and that's about it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this. I wish you all the best, and again, you can download the mod, try it for yourself, and I do hope you try it, because again, these people put huge amount of work into their mods, missions, campaigns, and I think it's fair for them to be tried out and showed off on YouTube. And I'm hoping at some point someone will again do some LPs of Operation Flashpoint in English, preferably, or co-op mission, multiplayer, constantly, like, you know, like there are a huge amount of co-op missions, and so, you know, hell's bells, I'm hoping for more of these. I may actually do some campaign LPs, because costume campaign, that to show it off a little bit. There is also the Czechoslovakian army mod, which also has like 60-minute intros and naked women, so it's gonna be awesome. Maybe I'll show off that also. 60 minutes, I mean, wow. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you all the best.